It's the 22nd of March,
Bill,
2025. Go
before you
ahead.
start, question. Um, I know it's about health and it's only about the iWatch or your Apple iWatch.
It's about the health app that uses quite a bit of information from the watch.
I don't have that watch, but can I also apply to my iPads? Because I think I can put a health app on that
Now you can put the health app on your
iPad.
on your on your iPhone.
No, I don't have an iPhone. Oh, iPhone, I see. Okay. But that's only the American one. I can't do it on my iPad
Is fit on the iPad? Is the question.
I don't think
because
so.
because I have an iPad always with me. With the iPhone, I have it only while I'm here in the United States.
I don't see the Fit app for an iPad. But
Okay.
there must be.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm. That surprises me.
I'd
Anyway,
rather have it on the iPhone. Okay. Thank you.
understood. Yep. A child asked his father, how were people born? So his father said Adam and Eve made babies, then their babies became adults and made babies, and so on. The child went to his mother and asked her the same question. And she told him, We were monkeys, then we evolved to become like we are now. The child ran back to his father and said, You lied to me. His father replied, No, wait for it. No, your mother was talking about her side of the family.
Ah,
Okay.
some people might not appreciate that. Um,
Let's see. We have a big pile of stuff to go through today. There's a little nice feature on I think it's on your iPhone that allows you to hide particular home pages. I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Yeah, that's what paint is nowadays. I mean, we used to pay what, $36 when it was on sale. So, thank you, Trump.
That's about 72.
Yeah. And he called it super paint. So I don't know if we should just wait.
Can everybody see the side screen there?
I
Yes,
do.
no?
Yes.
Okay. So if you look at your iPhone, you'll see I have many home screens here. And let's just say somebody's borrowing my phone and I, for some reason, don't want them to see this screen, right? You do the traditional thing when you want to do something with the face of your watch or iPhone is you get them to wiggle. And while they're wiggling, you see the little bar at the bottom that has little dots on it. It actually shows you the number of home screens you have. If you press and hold that on, it comes up with a screen that looks like this. And then you can check mark. You can check mark. Uncheck the home screen you prefer not to show. So I'm going to get rid of 2 of them and then click done. And now I only have 2 home screens that are visible. So that's a nice, simple little trick. Oops. And if you do it again, you can go back and make the home screens that you had hidden show up again. Okay?
Why would you do this, Bill?
Well, if you're given your phone and for whatever reason you want to hide a particular home screen, right? And perhaps you're in a plane and you don't want people to see what's on a home screen. Right?
It's just a little
Just
trick
a
Or
in
you give it to
case
your
you do want.
grandson or granddaughter or somebody, and you don't want them to start messing with other apps. You might have just a screen that has a bunch of games on them that they can play. So you say, I'm going to disappear all those apps and just show up with that one. By the way, that's the fitness app. That's what it looks like. And that's one of the things we'll be talking about today.
So, Bill, I could see it where you create a home screen for the apps you don't use very often and then hide it and make it available when you want to go to those apps.
That's a good one. Sure. Okay. Last time we talked about,
One question about your library screen is still on if you eliminate the visual of a couple home
if I
screens,
get rid
right?
of one of those, is what screen still on?
Your library.
Yes. No,
Yes.
so if the,
Well,
so
no,
is the,
but what my point is, like, if you don't like going through them all and you have your most used ones on the front one, then you could
yeah,
eliminate those showing and then just go to the library
I
for some of the
understand.
other.
What you're
Okay.
saying is I'll get rid of all these because these are all the ones I don't use,
Hmm.
right? And now I only have one, but if I want those apps, I could go to the library.
Just go to the library one. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I would just say you can do that.
yeah,
If for some reason you didn't want them showing, like if you use, other somebody else use your
I don't
phone,
know how much the guy in Apple got paid to come up with this,
or just trying to find a reason.
but they did. We're sitting around the table and said, "Why don't we do this?" Okay. Okay. The We're going to have a little quiz on the iPhone, right? So your pencils and papers, get them handy. First question. How can you quickly access the control center on your iPhone? With Face ID. Now, this is the phone. Some of the phones have, you'll see this reference to Face ID. The phones that have Face ID do not have a home button at the bottom. So if you have a home button at the bottom of your device, your phone's not doesn't work with taking a picture of your face as your password. So can you sweep up from the bottom of the screen, double tap the home screen, sweep down from the top right of the screen, or press and hold the side button? What's the fastest way? What's the fastest way to take screenshots on your iPhone without a home button? Press the side button and volume button at the same time. Hold the power button for 3 seconds. Use Siri to take a screenshot or sweep down with 3 fingers. How can you enable one hand mode reachability on your iPhone? Shake the phone, sweep down on the bottom edge of the screen, double tap the home button, or press the power button twice. If you're working with your phone and you can't reach something that's on your phone, this one-handed, it makes the display area move down on your screen halfway. What feature allows you to copy text, images, or files from your Apple device and paste them in another area? Handoff, Universal Clipboard, AirDrop, or iCloud Sync? How can you silence an incoming call without rejecting it? Press the volume up or down button, sweep left on the screen, press and hold the power button, or turn the iPhone face down. How can you silence an incoming call without rejecting it? What's the purpose of the back tap? That's tapping the back of your phone to go back to the previous screen, to assign shortcuts by tapping the back of the phone, to turn off the phone quickly, to access Apple Pay menu. That's going to be an interesting answer to that one. How can you quickly switch between apps on an iPhone without the home button? Sweep left, the right edge of the screen. Use the Apple switcher by sweeping up and pausing in the middle of the screen. Press and hold the volume button or shake the phone. Which iPhone feature can help locate the lost device even when it's powered off? Find My iPhone, Lost Mode, Emergency SOS, or iCloud Backup? And how can you scan a document using the Notes app? Once you've opened the Notes app, can you press and hold the power button and volume button? Tap the camera icon in a new note and select Scan Documents. Use Safari browser to scan the document. Open Photo and press Scan. And number 10, I think this is the last one. What does enabling low power mode do on your iPhone? Reduces back activity to extend battery life, increases charging speed, makes the screen brightness higher, closes all apps automatically. And the answers are: how can you quickly access the control center on your phone with Face ID? C, sweep down from the top right of the screen. I think you get to the control center on the ones with buttons, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, is you sweep up from the bottom of the screen. Does anybody have one with a button? Try that. Does that work? Nobody has one? Or I've silenced you all and you haven't unmuted yourselves. Okay. What's the fastest way to take a screenshot on your iPhone without the home button? Press the side button and volume button simultaneously. How can you enable one hand mode? Double tap the home button or sweep down on the sweep down gesture bar on the Face ID.
Bill,
Mm,
I don't understand what the one-handed mode is.
let me
Reachability.
show you. Let me show you that.
Okay.
Uh, I'm opening the Notes app, and you see the little bar down here at the bottom. If I put my finger on and just pull down,
Mm-hmm.
that's one-handed mode. It reduces the reachability. So if you're working with your thumb, you can actually almost reach the top of the screen if you have one thumb on the phone.
So
But
reachability has to do with your thumb.
well, no, it's just it moves it down so when you're using your thumb, you can reach up there.
Okay, thank you.
It's a reachability feature. And to get rid of it, here, I'll put my, I wonder if I can do it with this thing. Yeah. So I put my finger right here and I pulled it down. And to get it back to full screen again, I put my finger at the top and tap it. Okay. What feature allows you to copy text, images, or files from one Apple device to the other? It's called Universal Clipboard. How can you silence an incoming call? You press the volume up or down button to silence it. Remember, I said that I usually think that a test is a way of not only showing how much you know, but as a learning vehicle as well. And that's a good one for, if you've never tried it, try it next time. What's the purpose of the back tap? To assign shortcuts by tapping the back of the phone. That's B.
Does that work if you have a cover on the back of your phone?
Mine is, half the time mine works, Kathleen.
Okay,
So the cover sometimes interferes with that capability.
all right, thank you.
How can you quickly switch between apps? That would be B. Use the app switcher. And how do you get to the app switcher? You put your finger at the bottom and pause in the middle of the screen. And there's the apps I have running. So I think I'll just stop some of those from running right now. Boom, boom.
We're just showing the test right now.
Number 8, which iPhone feature can help locate a lost device? Find my phone. I don't know how many times I use that. I especially use it on my watch to find my phone wherever I put it around the house.
How does it find your phone?
It makes a sound on the phone.
But you have to be able to hear the sound and know where the sound is coming from?
That's true. So if you don't hear it, it's not in your house. Check your car. That's what I usually do.
Okay, thank you.
And then if you can't find it, you get Find My and see where it is. See where you left it. How can you scan a document using the Notes app? You tap the camera icon on a new note and select Scan Document. Here's a note. I tap the paper clip, and you'll see, whoops, you can't see that. Hold on. I open a note. And I tap the paper clip, and that may be a wrong answer on the quiz there. Is there a paper? If I start a new note, Yeah, it's the paper clip, not the camera. And you tap that and you see where it says change. I can choose a photo that I might want to put in the note. I can take a picture or a video, and I can scan a document or scan text. I'm often asked, what's the difference between scanning a document and scanning text? When I scan a document, it actually tries to frame the document. And put whatever you framed in the note. If you say scan text, it not only scans the document, it converts that document from a picture to the actual text, editable text. And last but not least, what does enabling low power mode do on your phone? It reduces the background activity to extend the battery life. All right. Any questions about that? Hopefully everybody picked up at least one thing going through there. Today's subject is fitness and what can your Apple devices do for you in terms of fitness. Most of the work in fitness is done that automatically gets collected is done on your watch. And what I want to do is go through and show you how the fitness or activity app works. And the outline of what I'm going to present here, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to talk about do you have your emergency information set up? You can have Find Me, which is find my phone or my iPad. The Health app, we're going to talk about activities and the Activities app, other applications, and other devices. First of all, does everybody have your emergency information on your phone? And I always like to make sure of this, and we may have gone through it before, but it doesn't hurt to check to see if everything you have there is up to date. So you open the Health app on your phone. That's the one with a heart. Let me show you that. Now I have several different ones on my phone. The one you're looking for is the one that looks like this. It's a white background with a red heart in it. Tap the picture on the top right and then your medical ID. So I'm going to do that with the app.
Where are you finding top right? What part are you? Summary, okay, and then,
Tap the Health app. This comes up and you tap the picture up here in the right-hand corner.
thank you.
Either you stop, get started, or edit, whichever comes up for you. So I'm going to tap the picture. And then I think I'm going to tap medical ID. Let me make sure of that. And here's all the information you have. About yourself. And then you might want to tap edit to edit the information that's there if you want something different. What vitamins you taking? What are you allergic to?
All right, I'll make myself older on there.
Tap health details also, and that allows you to put in even more information.
What do they mean by skin type?
I'm not sure which where you are, dear.
I'm on first name, last name, date of birth, sex, blood type. Health details.
I was looking at emergency contact. Health details. Okay. What's it mean by Fitzgerald skin type?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Okay. Thank you.
What if you don't have health details?
You don't have health details at this point?
No.
When you opened the health app, did it come up? When you opened the health app, it should have said health details and medical ID. Yours does not do that?
I'm sorry, you can't hear me. I opened the medical ID, not the health details.
Okay. You have to go back, and it will show you the health details.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay, and everybody check your own there just to make sure you've got the right stuff.
Bill, I'm actually looking at two different iPhones, and each of them show different information. One of them shows weight and height, and the other one doesn't show that. But it and the other one shows sex, blood type, and the skin type, which the first one doesn't. So, is it the age of the telephone, and therefore
Probably.
the app would have been in it?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe one app has to be updated, one of the phones.
Oh, so to update the app, I go into settings, click on the app, and see if it says update.
I would go into the App Store and check purchases. Let me do that. Let me do that just as a
Purchase?
sideline. Now, let me do that just as a sideline.
I don't think I bought this app. I thought it came with the phone.
That's okay. if you tap, I just opened the app store. And if you tap your icon in the
Yep.
upper right hand corner,
Yes.
it says purchase history. And this will show you, I think, all the applications you've purchased. No, it doesn't. Hold on. I'm looking for apps. Oh, tap apps and my apps. And here's all the apps that you have gotten over time. And they come up with either a
Yes.
cloud, which indicates you needed to download it, or it says open, which means you have it on your device.
But this app came with the phone, the heart one, I assume.
I hear you.
What does the cloud mean versus an open?
The cloud means you have loaded on your device in the past and have removed it at some point.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. I don't see the health app from Apple in that list.
because you didn't buy it. Oh,
Okay. What doesn't the purchase isn't the when you say buy, unfortunately, Apple has used the word purchase even though the apps are free.
okay. So it should show up there.
It should show up there and it's not showing up there, which means it's an app that comes on your phone, and I don't know if you can remove it. I don't think, well, let's see.
Why would you want to remove it?
I wouldn't, but I people do strange things.
So I'm in settings, and where would I find it in settings to see if if I can update it? You don't see apps. Oh, apps. No, App Store. No.
No, I'm
Oh, there's health.
that's a good question.
I just went on the older phone that had different information. I went into settings. I found that health heart. I clicked on it, and it looks the same as what I've got now on both screens, but it's still different information than one of my previous screens. So that's okay. Previous screen had my height and my weight.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. So at least now I'm on the same page on both devices. Okay. So that was a detour off the topics that you were talking about.
Is Dave with us? Hey, Dave, how do you see if you have an updated app? Or did he drop out? Can anybody help me with that one?
Huey's not with us either, it sounds like.
I know. Huh.
Maybe they'll drop in later.
Okay. How can you make emergency call on your iPhone? go to settings, emergency, then go to settings. Emergency SOS, then turn on call with 5 presses. Settings. Emergency SOS.
Where is that?
It's on your settings menu.
Okay, I have that, but I don't see.
Okay, let me pull it up here. I'm in settings and I scroll down here where it says SOS emergency.
Oh, okay, way down. All right, thank you.
Yep,
Do you have your call with 5 presses turned on? Yes, you
I
do.
do.
Now, mine only shows that right-hand arrow flicking, nothing on the left.
It's
Is that
okay.
again
You
the
have an
model of
older
your phone?
phone. You have an older phone.
Okay. In your case, would you have to press both of them? Left and right?
That's one way to do it.
Hopefully, you're physically able to get the phone in your hand and press it 5 times.
That's true.
And who are you calling then? Who answers?
You're calling 911 in the States.
Ah, okay.
The last time I taught this, I gave a demo of it
Oh,
and I pressed the button, it called it, and I immediately hung up and they called me back.
yeah.
And they wanted to make sure that I wasn't being held at duress. Somebody didn't have a knife at my throat or something. So they quizzed me for a little while. I said, really, I'm in a class. So it took a little while that they accepted my apologies for calling them.
So don't practice, is what you're saying.
Pardon me?
Don't practice.
Well,
Well, not with 911.
unless you're having an emergency.
Right.
If you press the 2 buttons and hold them, it comes up with a screen that says slide to power off or medical ID, which is what the EMTs use. And then it says emergency SOS.
Bill, when you do the emergency SOS, does it also call your emergency contacts?
That's a
Shouldn't
good
think
question.
so.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. I think those for the emergency contacts, I think they're there for the EMTs more than to automatically call them.
If you were in a different country and you had either a phone plan or you bought the SIM card of the local country, would this still work?
That depends on is 911 a valid number? Probably
Well,
not.
if you knew the emergency number of that country, in principle, would it work?
I don't know. That's a good Google one. Okay.
Hey, Bill.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, when I press the 2 buttons, I get slide to power off, and then it says, the second one says medical ID, the next one says emergency call, and then underneath that it says slide to call emergency services. That seems like that shouldn't be there.
Seems redundant.
Yes, why, if you just press the emergency call, that looks to me like that would be what you want.
Oh, it says down there, you don't press, see here, let me I can't even bring up that screen. Um, it says slide the power off, medical ID, emergency SOS, and slide to make an emergency call. Where the little red dot that says SOS, you have to slide that over. That's what that means, Jim.
Oh, you just
Okay.
touch SOS and slide it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. That does make a little
Don't
bit.
do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. To access your emergency information on your smartphone, go to a lock screen. Tap the emergency. Oh, that's a good one. I'm on my lock screen here. And let me bring that up. Here's my lock screen. Doesn't have that anymore. Shoot.
Bill, what do you mean by here's my lock screen? What is a lock screen?
It's this one, Ann. The one when you touch the button, it comes up and wants to unlock. And you either sweep up if you have Face ID, or you sweep up and you get you have to put in your 4-digit or 6-digit code.
How do you put your information on the lock screen?
What information are we talking about?
Uh, your name and ID. If somebody picks up your phone, does a lock screen appear? And if so, do they know whose phone it is? What would I put so that they could return
Press and
it?
hold the side button and power button.
Okay, and that does?
That brings up a screen that says you want to call your medical ID, and then they would slide the medical ID for your information.
I just mean if you lost your phone and somebody else found it, how would they know whose phone it is? Can you put it on the lock screen, and is that a good idea?
Well, some people do. Some people say if lost, call this number.
Okay,
Do I have one screen like that on mine? I don't know if I have a lock screen like that.
so if you do have a lock screen, how would you put something on it? Like you found call X, Y, and Z.
Okay, I don't want to go there right now.
Okay,
I've covered that before in previous classes.
all right. Oops, all right. I'll look. Thank you. Sorry.
Do I have one here that has that on anymore? No, I don't have. What you do is create a pic, and I'll just explain it. You create a picture, and then you edit the picture by putting text on it.
Okay.
And then you
Sorry,
use
I am 45 minutes late, sir. I'm sorry.
you you put a picture. You get a picture you'd like it for your lock screen, like this picture of the eagle.
Sorry, I am 45 minutes late, sir.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was masturbating in the bathroom.
You take a picture and then you add some text to the picture that you want.
Oh no.
And then you use that picture as your um, background for your lock screen. So that's the way verbally you can do that.
Thank you so much.
Yep. All right. So there's how you do it on an Apple Watch. You go to the lock screen, And there's no emergency tap on mine anymore. So you have to hold the side button and the volume up or down button to get to the emergency information. How can you find your phone? And let me bring that up so I can show you. Well, here it is in verbal, and then I'll show you. Open the settings menu or app, tap your name, and then tap Find Me. If you want friends and family to know where you are, you can share that, and then tap Find My Device. Okay, so I'm going to go to my home screen. I'm going to go to Settings, tap my name at the top, and what it says to do. There it says find me, find mine. So I've gone to the settings menu. I tap my name. It says find my down there, and I tap that. And then it says find my phone. It's turned on. And it tells me this my location, this device, share my location. And so I have that all turned on. So now when I go to the Find My app on my phone, it will show me where various devices are.
Okay, if you've lost your phone, where do you go to what?
On your
what else?
iPad, I would go to Find My. So
Okay.
there's my iPad on the screen.
Does it work with the desktop?
I bet it does. In Apple?
Yes.
Yes, I believe it does.
Okay.
Find My app looks like this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
When. Sorry, I had to leave, sir. I had to masturbate.
Okay. That's okay. And you tap Find My, and there's where my devices are. So I have my iPhone, my iPad.
Thanks for giving me your location.
Okay, I actually lost or misplaced my iPhone yesterday, and I didn't. If it's in the house, how does it tell you where it is?
Let me talk. You talk.
Okay. How
If
does
it's
it tell you where it is?
Yes.
Let me.
I mean, I
You should
tried calling it. I heard it ringing, but I couldn't tell where it was ringing.
Okay. It makes a noise, and you have to be able to find it where it's
Okay.
making the noise.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't just
And
say.
if you have other people, like I have my wife here, it says people.
Mhm.
If I tap that, and I think I can scroll through. Oops. If I tap that, okay, so now I know where Patty's phone is.
Okay. Thank you.
If I tap the devices,
Call from the 10.
if I tap the devices, I can play a sound on it, like I just did on my iPad there. And I'm not going to tap that because it'll make a noise.
Okay. It doesn't tell you whether it's on the sofa or in the bedroom or whatever. All right. Thank you.
That would be nice. I'm in your your suit jacket pocket in the closet. Yeah, you have to find where it's making the noise. Okay.
Bill, in the Find Me app, underneath Share My Location, mine says friends. It doesn't say family. And I did not put friends in.
Well, mine
So
says people. Mine says people.
yours also said family. And mine,
Okay. Yours says people.
it says friends.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't, what if I want family instead?
Well, put the family in.
How? How?
Oh, how do you share your location?
I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to share your location.
I've got it on. So I just click it.
I'm not sure where you are, but let me see if I can figure this
I'm,
out.
I'm in find find my iPhone.
In the app, it's under people next to devices. I have my sons on there as they have my husband and I on theirs.
I added my daughter-in-law so she would know where I am all the time.
I think it's good when you're older, to be honest.
That's right.
Phone's not moving, something's wrong.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'd like
Okay,
to
Ann,
Huh?
you see where it says me on my phone?
I see it on your phone. Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know how you got there.
Ah, you don't know how I got there. I opened the Find My app.
And how do you add a specific person?
I'm going to get there as soon as we get Ann to Find My app. When you open the Find My app, it should come up with a map and a little square on the iPad and a panel on the bottom of the iPhone. Did that
I
come up?
don't get a map. I don't get anything like you have. Let me just go back to where I think you were. I am in the Apple account. There's settings, and then
No, not settings.
oh, that's my mistake.
Yeah, that's not an uncommon thing that happens in classes. You went to Find My in settings. Go to Find My app. And if you tap me and scroll up, you can say share my location.
So I finally got the map, and it says add people, so I can do that.
Yes. Oh no, that's add somebody else's. You want to share your location with somebody else. Is that what you want to do?
Um, kind of know. Who wants to do that?
Well, I want somebody to know where I am in case I can't communicate over what's Hackman, Gene Hackman, right? Maybe he
Yeah,
should have had a phone so he could notify people where he was
right.
when he was.
Okay. So, yeah, in case that happens to me, so what do I do?
How do we share? Okay, let's find out. How do I share my location with a family member?
Here's what I found.
Okay. Open your iPhone, iPad. Tap In the Find My, tap the People tab, select a member's name, and then select it again in the menu. Wow.
Okay, on Find My, where is the People app?
Hold on. You go to family sharing, you go to the iPhone, iPad settings app. So I'm going to do that on my iPhone. And it says family there. Tap that.
I'm under settings, and where is family?
Settings. Tap your name and
Oh,
tap family, and then
okay, fine, thank you.
tap. Well, do two things. Tap Find My and share my location.
Mine doesn't say share my location.
You're in settings now, Ann,
Yes,
and you opened up the
my Find my, I'm sorry.
and it
I
says
opened,
Find My phone is on.
no, it says Find My to access location, Siri search notifications, and cellular data.
I'm not sure where you are.
I followed you exactly. And I
Okay.
put to settings.
I'm in settings. I tap my name.
Oh, I tap Find My. Back to settings. So I tapped your name instead of Find My.
Tap Find My. And make sure that Share My Locations is turned on.
It's very confusing because there's also a Find My that where you when you don't tap your name, there's another Find
I
My.
understand.
So I hit the wrong one.
Problem is, I'm not seeing. Oh, geez.
Where do I find where to put in family that I want?
That's what I'm trying to do too, and
I know.
I think we're doing it the wrong way. I feel like I'm at a dead end.
Just a minute.
Hey, Bill, I always add people if I want them to see my location on through the app, on the app.
Okay, so you went to the app to do this. Okay, I'm going to
Yes.
go to the app.
Okay, I don't understand when you're saying go to the family app. What?
The
Just a
app,
minute.
when he's
Just a minute.
showing.
Okay.
And then you went to people.
Yes, go to people. Now your screen is different. Mine shows, well, I have a couple people on there. There's a little plus there, that little plus.
Ah, and
And
then
then you
share
have
my
to,
location. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
when you send a request and they have to accept it though.
Okay, let me go back. Thank you for doing that because I haven't done this in a long time. If you if you go to the Find My app, now you get back out of settings entirely. And go back to the Find My app. They made it too easy. And you click the plus sign there. Do you see the plus sign?
I don't see where you get to find my app. I'm in settings and then,
No, I said get out of settings entirely.
okay, all right.
So you're in the apps and you find the Find My app.
Okay, which looks like, okay.
And once you've gotten the Find My app open, it says people and there's a little plus sign there that I missed.
Bill, I don't have the plus sign. So I must have disabled some.
Tap the people
I did.
and you don't have the plus sign, so you have to somewhere say share your location, which is where I was in settings.
Well, if you just press people, then it comes up, start sharing location on mine.
Mine too.
What's it come up and say?
It says start sharing location.
Right. Tap share my location and then pick the person you want to share it with.
Now, where are you with share my location? I got to the map.
We're not in maps, we're in Find My.
Okay, yes. I'm actually there, wherever.
And if you look at the screen, it should like this. You have a plus sign here. Ah,
Anthony, look on his phone. It was oh yeah, it says people on his iPhone on the bottom there. Do you see that?
I don't see the plus sign.
Wait, well, yeah, but even if you don't do the plus sign, just
now,
punch
if you
people.
don't have the plus sign, I just don't think you set up sharing.
I haven't done it and I've got no plus sign.
Okay,
But just click on people and see what you get.
good
That's
idea.
Nothing. It won't
And
click.
but you don't have a plus sign either.
No. I thought I had share my location, but
Bill, mine says the person I chose doesn't have an iPhone.
That could be.
She does.
So you can't send them anything.
I don't know. It's my daughter, so that's the only person I wanted.
I understand.
It doesn't make sense to me. None of this makes sense. All
Do
right.
you have a do you have a phone number for her in your contacts?
Yes. I have two phone numbers. One's her work phone, which is not an iPhone, but she has a regular iPhone too. So I don't, doesn't matter.
You should be able to pick that one.
I have to, all right, well, whatever. Bye.
Oh, Bill, I have a question.
Those of you who do not have a plus sign,
yes, go
go to
ahead.
your home screen, tap your name at the top. I'm sorry, go to settings,
Okay,
tap your name at the top,
okay.
tap Find My, and make sure Share My Location is turned on.
It is.
And you still don't have the plus sign.
Yeah, I don't,
No.
Okay, I don't
Bill?
know.
Bill?
Yes, please go. Help
When
me.
I tap on people, I don't get the plus sign at the bottom of the Find My app. But when I tap on devices, the plus sign
Oh,
magically
that's what's wrong.
appears.
That's what's
Yes.
wrong. They're not. Thank you.
One of our
So you can
phones
have
is
you can have
version
it find
8.
devices.
One of our phones is an iPhone 8 and it has it on there.
No, that's for your devices. Okay, that's just shows you the devices that you're tracking.
Oh. Devices worked. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I have all these different devices, couple sets of AirPods, couple of phones, a watch, and an iPad.
And it pulls up if you have a lot.
Yeah, I have 9 there. Okay,
Question, Bill,
go ahead.
does this mean that they can find you anywhere you are, any time of day, morning, noon, and night?
They can find where your device is, yes. For example,
So you
I
can't go
just
to the
tapped,
racetrack then?
don't take your phone.
Oh, no.
leave your phone in your car.
You'll notice there it has my wife's devices. So if she left it somewhere, I could just tap that and it would show me where it is.
It only works with people who have iPhones, unfortunately.
Well, finding theirs only works that way.
Yes, if you like, if your daughter has an Android, you can't use her.
That's correct.
Yeah, you have to have an iPhone person.
Bill, and when I tap on devices and get the plus sign, then a sub menu comes up and one item is share my location, add an air tag, or add another item. When I tap on share my location, that's what I get, my entire contacts. But I don't get what you get with the multiple.
No, I just did what you suggested on the iPad there.
Yeah. And
That's what you get.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What does add Mac save accessory, add AirTag, and add other items mean under share my location?
Mine shows my air tags for my luggage and my our Mac.
Yeah. You tap that so you have that.
Bill, I just checked my daughter and it says emergency contact under her name.
Well, emergency contacts works because that's a phone number they're going to call.
Right.
Which phone number did it give you? The work one or or did it give you both?
I don't know. Wait a minute.
If it gives you the work, I would change that to her Apple phone, and then this may work.
It gives me her work number and her mobile number, both of them, with
Yeah.
calls by it.
Change them around and make the Apple phone the first one. I'm trying to get it so that when it goes to phone numbers, it sees the first one there and tries to say, "Oh, I can't do that to share my location because it's not an iPhone." That's just a suggestion. That might be the reason you're not getting it.
Right. But I don't want to have her work phone because I don't want her work phone as the first number because
Right. Well, her work phone is not the Apple, is it?
probably, yeah, I think it is. Neurotic.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Never mind.
Okay. All right.
Bill, Barb
Yes.
again. Another way to do it, and I think it's less taps, is if you want to do it like for a temporary ride someplace and you want to share it with your daughter. You go into your message string with your daughter.
Well, let me get that. So you're
Go
okay. Messages. Okay.
messages, tap the plus sign.
Oh, I got to go to. I have to send one to my daughter.
No,
Is that
no,
correct?
just tap the plus sign.
I'm not in a new message. You mean?
Yeah, next,
Yeah.
tap the
And then
plus,
okay.
and it should bring up a menu, and then scroll down. And when you get
Okay.
to location,
Oh, yes.
then you have the option to share. And when you share it, I think it also says an hour, 2 hours of the whole day or whatever.
What now?
Did you
Could
follow
you
that,
go,
everybody?
no, could you go
I
through?
didn't get that.
You can make a temporary thing happen here
Okay,
in messages. Let's say I'm sending it to my wife.
Mhm.
I hit the plus sign, and then I go
Here's
to
the plus
location.
sign.
We'll have to go to locations and turn it on in settings.
Oh, okay. See, mine is already turned on.
In
Oh,
messages,
okay.
okay. Now let me try it. Oops.
I don't know where I'm at. I'm totally lost now.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Sorry.
I'm getting everything but what I want. What do I want?
What do I want? Okay.
Now, how did you get that?
Oh
I've
man,
got
that
like
was
my
not easy.
contacts. I've got my
We were
contacts.
just taught a little lesson here. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. Uh,
Oh,
uh, Barb said, you can send your locate. It would be a good tip for the day. Suppose you're on your way, you're somewhere, and you're on your way home, or you're somewhere and you want to let people know where you are
yeah.
right away. There's the ability to send them a message and include your current location in that message. Now, we have to go clear back before we can do that. We have to make sure the messages. Let me start. Apple does a really good job of you controlling how much information you're giving anybody on your device. For example, it does not allow you or allow your phone to share your location with anyone unless you give it permission to do that. And when I say anyone, I mean any application. So they provided a way, they said, okay, in your personal and secure information, there's a way in which you can say, hey, I would allow the messaging app to have access to my location so that when I'm using messages, I could send people my location.
I get it now. Oh,
That makes sense?
mhm.
So the first thing you have to do is make sure that messages has the capability of sending your location. And to do that, now everybody go along with me here. Everybody tap settings and scroll down to where it says privacy and security. Ooh, come on.
Oh,
It says privacy and security. Tap that. And this is where you go to control who has access to stuff on your device. Then you go to location services, which is the first item there. And the first thing you make sure that it's on so that your phone knows where it is. Okay. And then you scroll down through the various applications you have, determining whether you would like any one of those apps to have your location. So I scrolled down to messages, and you see where messages is?
Mhm.
It wasn't turned, it was never. I had it set to never. And so the messaging app doesn't have access to your location.
I don't have messages.
Say again?
I don't see messages.
If you're where I am, Ann, and you went to
Mhm.
privacy and security,
Yeah.
and then tapped location, turned that on, and then there should be a big long list in alphabetical order that includes messages.
Oh,
And
it
again,
says critical messages. Would that be it? Critical messages.
are you in settings? I have to back clear up, Ann. Are you in settings?
Yes, I am, and I'm in privacy and security.
And then you went to location.
Location services.
Yep.
Okay, mine says one always 32 while using. Okay,
Okay, that's good.
okay.
Mine says 33 while using. Okay.
Bill, mine doesn't say haven't always.
We'll get
Never?
there.
Okay.
And then you scroll down there to messages, not critical messages.
Okay. Messages. Mine says while using.
Okay, that's good. So, and Kathleen, what was your question?
That I didn't have always.
Yeah, I don't have always either,
No, I don't either. Mhm.
but while using is what you want
Okay, thank you.
for most things.
The other problem that I have is the iPhone has my wrong address.
How can it have your wrong address?
Because they combined two buildings and so they have two different addresses on the same building.
Gotcha.
All right. Anyway, not a problem. Thank you.
Yeah, I bet it has a problem in high rises
Yes.
because it's doing it by geographic location.
Yes.
Okay.
Bill,
We all right?
to have it in while using or never?
If I want this app to know anything about me, I make it while using. You'll see up here it says
mean-
messages, my radar, so that the radar app is a weather app. I only want it to know when I'm using the app, not always.
All right.
Okay.
Using. Okay. Thank you.
And if it's never, then you couldn't actually tell anybody where you were at with a
Yeah,
map, right?
without having this on, you can't tell
Yeah.
anybody.
You can't,
But you
yeah.
have
So
to, the specific application that you're using to try to tell people where you are has to be on.
it has to be, yeah, okay.
Okay, at the very end, it says system services. What does that mean?
No, I didn't want to get into system services, but there
Okay,
you go.
okay.
These are like find my iPad. I tapped it, emergency SOS. You want that to know where you are, right?
Oh, I see what you're, okay, fine. Thank you.
Uh-huh. So now that you've accomplished that, where were we?
We're gonna
Well,
have
we
to
were
go.
in messages,
We're in messages.
and then we hit a plus sign, and we said, show my location. And so when you send them the message, it includes the location. And I'll just say, here I am.
Mhm.
Where are you?
In the message app or in settings?
I
In
haven't,
the message app.
I'm in the app now, and I went out of the settings and went to apps.
Thank you.
So let me
Um,
tell you how I used it, and maybe that'll jog something.
Good.
I've used it occasionally when I either drive to or I'm in an Uber and I want my kids to know where I am until I get there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
All right. So if the Uber driver decides to abduct you,
Right.
Guess where he's taking me?
I have to tell you, I used the Uber services the other day and I was really pleased with it. I mean,
Yes.
man, they showed up in 5 minutes, took me exactly where I wanted to go because I changed. I said, oh, I don't want to go there anymore. I want to go here. No problem.
The airport's not always so nice. It depends on how busy they are.
Probably. Yeah.
The price doubled on me in 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Because of demand, that's the only thing. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Let me keep going on health here.
Health?
What were we talking about?
Don't be abducted.
Let's talk about the health app. It's a big app that sits on your iPhone. It has the capability of tracking your activity. And we'll talk about that in a minute, right? If you have an Apple Watch, it gets your blood oxygen level. Now, you could have another device that gets your oxygen level, and it could be Bluetooth connected to your phone, and therefore you would get that information.
Now,
ECG.
does it do this automatically, or do I have to specifically
If you have
select?
an Apple Watch on, it does it automatically.
Okay, thank you.
Tracks your exercise, your mindfulness. If you use that particular application, your heart rate.
Wow. Yeah.
If you wear your watch during sleep cycles, it will track that. It will have that information. If you're walking, it would have that information. Now we're getting into some, it doesn't have your weight unless, in my case, I have a scale that has a Bluetooth on it that I've connected to my phone. When I get on the scales, it automatically, whether you like it or not, sends your weight to your phone, right? If you have a blood pressure cup that has Bluetooth capability, you connect it to your phone, and guess what? Every time you take your blood pressure, it ends up on your database on your phone. Now, there are a bunch, blood glucose monitor, right? It's not on your phone, but you can get ones that communicate to your phone. Hearing aids. I have a set of hearing aids that connect to my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Medical alert alarms could connect to your phone. And even as much as a toothbrush could be connected to your phone saying, how long did you brush your teeth? Okay. That, in essence, is how the health app or what the health app collects information on. It's the hub of all your health activities, a collection for information from other applications. Track your steps, speed, distance, sleep. Also helps to have an Apple Watch where it takes steps, standing, exercise, heart rate, blood oxygen level, and ECG. All those things can come from your Apple Watch that goes to your Apple phone. It interfaces with many apps. Here's a list of some of them it interfaces with. So if I don't have an Apple Watch, I can get many pieces of information from my FitPal or Map My Walk or Under Armour, Weight Watchers. So there's a lot of different applications that can feed the Apple Health application.
Bill, I'm seeing somewhere on my watch, it says you can manage vitals, notifications, and settings on your Apple Watch.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that?
I'm not gonna get there yet.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, if we tap the Heart app, we've already played with it a little bit, and we tap the Health app, and it comes up when you first open it with summary. If now you've opened it before, tap done at the upper right, so you get back to what's called a summary. And I'm just going to scroll down to the many things that it has collected data on.
Are you in heart health, Bill? Are you in heart health on your watch?
Now on my iPhone.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm sorry.
in your watch.
I'm sorry. I didn't make that clear. I'm on my phone, and I'm going to the Health app. And the first screen I come up with should be a summary screen.
Okay, I'm in health. It starts with health details, medical ID. I think I'm in
Tap the done on the top right.
okay. All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it should say summary up there. And let me just go down to here's the different things it's collecting data on. On mine is in red here. Now yours is going to be slightly different perhaps, but it says activity, ECG, exercise, heart rate variability, mindful minutes. How many times have I fallen? Sleep, stand, steps, walking. What's my weight? You have all that information. And on each one of them, let me go to the blood oxygen. I tap that, and it shows me a history of my blood oxygen.
Mm.
If I want more data, I tap that. I get all kinds of variability here. What was it at 10:38 this morning? What's been the range? Daily average? And what's my range at sleeping? That's a good indication if you have sleep apnea, for example.
What does trend mean?
I don't have a trend.
Mine's unavailable.
Me too.
Yeah. What's unavailable?
Trend.
Trend.
Oxygen level?
Yes.
Because if you don't have an Apple Watch, it's not going to be there.
But I have one and it just says unavailable, trend unavailable.
Okay, it hasn't been set up. Have you ever used it, Ann, for oxygen?
No, but it's here. It takes it every night.
What's unavailable?
Give me a break. I don't know. I just see that it's been taking it every night.
I do take my blood oxygen on my watch and it still says trend unavailable.
Yeah. Mine says trend unavailable as well.
How do we make it available?
I don't know what it is to make available.
Okay, thanks.
You can Google it and say, what is trend? So it's doing all this automatically for you, is the whole point.
Mhm. It's amazing.
Hey, Bill,
Yes, sir.
for the medications, it says you can add the medications one at a time, apparently, or you could have the camera take a picture of your medications. So
Is that right?
if you take a picture of the medications list, will that appear on this app?
I assume it will. If that's where they're saying. So you have, is medications on here somewhere?
Yes, on the app is there.
You have it, right?
Yes,
I'll bet if you take I don't, where it says add medications
yes,
and there's a picture of a camera there or something,
yes, yes,
use the
yes.
camera and it'll find it for you.
If I take a picture of the list of medications, it will appear in this app.
Not the list.
Oh, not the
One
list.
at I think it's one time, one at a time,
Oh, one at a time. Oh,
like the label on the drug itself.
oh, oh.
I don't think it would do a list. You can try it, but
Bill, when I'm asleep, my watch is charging, so how can it measure my sleep?
you can't.
So when would I charge it? I have to charge it sometimes.
I know, I know. Some people develop the habit of getting up in the morning, put it on their charger, and then getting it after breakfast or something.
Yeah,
Um,
Bill, I charge it and it doesn't take an hour even at night before I go to bed, like when I'm watching TV.
okay.
Or in the morning, Sally, when you wake up,
Yeah.
just put it on, and by the time you finish washing your face or taking a shower, it takes very little time.
I was going to say, oh, that's the amount of time it takes a woman to get ready.
Yeah.
True.
I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. Oh, what did I do? All right. The key thing to do with the health app on your on your phone is just to spend some time tapping around day, week, month, year, 6 months on any one of the variables it's collecting data on. It's wonderful. Some of the applications. Go ahead.
With exercise, unless you actually choose that you're doing exercise, does the phone recognize that you're doing exercise, even if you don't tell it you're about to exercise?
The watch recognizes you're doing some form of exercise, yes.
Okay.
You can use apps like Map My to actually specify which activity you're doing.
And can you add an activity if none of those fit the activity you do?
Wow. I mean, I'm going to pull up mine. And of the following I have on my watch, it's mind and body, which is meditation, walk, equestrian. There's an option for other.
Oh, okay.
Indoor cycling, indoor walk, outdoor run, indoor run, cycling, swimming.
Maybe 30 years ago.
Stair stepper,
It's funny.
indoor rowing, high intensity internal. Boy, if you're not doing one of those, yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi. And all are all part of the workout app that I've got on my watch. One of the things it collects on your device from your watch is how much it's move, stand, and where's the other one? Move, exercise, and stand. Okay. And I think it knows the difference between exercising and moving and standing. And I think it's based on your heart rate going up. So those little circles that show up on your watch, they look like this. And the name of the app that collects them is called Activity, I believe, on your phone. AT. It's actually called Fitness. And it looks like this on your phone. And if you tap it, it comes up and says what you now see. I haven't done any standing today at all, hardly, just to get to the chair here. Sitting in a chair does accomplish something, and moving accomplishes something.
Sure.
Okay. And you can see a history there. And again, you play around with this, you tap it and say, that's interesting. Here's the calendar of how I've done. The 14th, I had a good day. Look at this.
Where did you find the calendar?
Right up here.
Ah, okay, thank you.
But it's just tapping around, see what it does, see what it shows you. You're not going to break anything. All right. We already talked about the activities rate. There's a heart rate, an ECG, blood oxygen level, fitness, and other health applications for your device, your watch. Okay. This is the activity app we just talked about. Monitors your movement, your exercise, how many minutes of risky activity you've completed. Complete your daily exercise goal by exercising at least 30 minutes a day. There's a way to get into each one and change your track, your goal to be a different level, right? ECG on your watch. Lightly hold the crown and the opposite side of the watch. And I'll bring up my watch here to show you what I mean. So it says lightly hold the crown and the opposite side of the watch with your finger and thumb. So I'm going to put my finger here and my thumb on the other side of the phone, okay, to do the ECG. Now I have to bring up the app first. And then I put my finger on one side and my thumb on the other, and it starts tracking for 30 seconds. So it says I don't show any signs of AFib. That's nice. Blood oxygen data is collected by your watch on demand or automatically by opening the blood app, the blood oxygen level app. Again, I have all three of those on one of my faces on my watch. Come on. So if I hold this little guy and tap it, and then I tap start, it's checking my blood oxygen level at this point. Okay. and check my blood oxygen level by tapping the heart app. Now, I happen to have that on my my watch as well, my watch face. These were the complications I put on this particular face. So I'm 80, but 80, 78 beats per minute. And just as look up here, this face comes up and I have some other pieces of information if I spin the crown. So let me spin the crown. Here's a heart rate range. Today, and walking average. With Series 4 and later, there's this let's call it a vibration detector on your phone, on your watch. So if you strike something with your hand, it will go off and will send you a notice that says, "Have you fallen?" And if you say yes, it will record it. If you say no, it will not record it. With the beginning of Series 8, they added a crash detection, which I felt was really superior. If you're in a car crash, which is a much more sudden thing than a striking your arm, it records it, and right when your Apple Watch detects a severe car crash, it will display an alert and automatically initiate an emergency call after 20 seconds, unless you cancel it. If you're unresponsive, it will play an audio message for emergency services, letting you know you've been in a crash. It will send them their longitude and latitude. There's a wonderful app called Map My Walk, which is the one I think I was showing you that had all the different features on it. There's Yoga Studio. There's Silver Sneakers. There's preparing for a 25 or 5K. There's the official 7-minute workout, 7-minute Chi, MyFitnessPal. These are all apps. Here's one called Map My Walk. And it actually maps the walk, shows you where it is, and makes a history of it. So you know how much you're walking every day. There's a yoga studio. It's free. It's a free trial, and it lets you have a lot of different poses. Silver Sneakers, fitness app designed for you in mind. Silver Sneakers Go offers 4 to 12 week stretching, walking, flexibility, and mobile program. How many probably are being coached for a 25, coach to 2 to 5K is the name of the app. A 7-minute workout. Again, all of them contain different programs. This one has from 25 ready-made routines. I'm sorry, 21. I don't know if any of you do Tai Chi. I find it very very relaxing, and it does help a lot with stretching. My Fitness Pal, another fitness application. There are other applications that you need to think about and put on your device, like GoodRx and Cost Plus Drugs. There's one called SnoreLab, WebMD, Headspace. I don't know if any of you use GoodRx. It's a free app. You bring it up, you put in the drug that you've been prescribed, and it will give you the costs at various pharmacies around you. Right? So it's an app you add, and then you have to say, I want to share my location. We talked about that earlier for that particular app. So it knows what drugstores or drug dispensers are around you. Cost Plus is a mail-in drug company owned by Mark Cuban of Shark Tank. No middleman, no price claims, use drug savings. There's an app called SnoreLab. My wife says you snore. So I went to the doctor and I said, I snore. My wife tells me, how can I stop? And he says, what's it sound like? I said, I have no idea. This records it. This will record your snore and you can play it for your doctor. Or is this what it sounds like for your wife? WebMD, right? One healthcare app you need to check symptoms, set medication reminders, check daily allergy alerts, learn about conditions and drugs, research treatments and diagnostics. Find a doctor, a specialist in your area, and save on prescriptions all in one app. WebMD, free. Headspace is a meditation app. And mindfulness is a one that comes from Apple. It's on your watch. And it's a breathing app more than anything. Comes up and says, helps you take a break and practice some breathing exercises. There are medical devices out there of all different kinds. I think I mentioned to you that when we were covering the activity app on your phone, there's a scales you can get that sends information about what you weigh to your phone and collects a history of it. There's a blood pressure cup that does the same type of thing. Blood oxygen sensor. So if you don't happen to have blood oxygen level on your watch, you know those little clips they put on your finger when you go to the doctor's office, take your temperature, take your blood oxygen level, saturation. You can buy one of those that will feed directly into your phone. You can get first alert bracelets that go to your phone. You can get tracker applications. A few of us have hearing aids. They feed information to your phone. Diabetic trackers, EKG trackers, toothbrushes that feed information to your phone. And there's even a urine analysis device that sends information to your phone. Okay? And here I go through many of them. There's a smart digital scale for $29 at Amazon. Blood pressure cups that have Bluetooth capability start around $84. Blood oxygen level devices cost around $36. many types of medical alert bracelets and pins and right here I have a bunch of them. And I go through all of them. I'm not going to do that. Blood glucose monitors. Again, that connect to your phones. There's an EKG. In addition to the one you get on your watch, you have the one that they advertise on TV quite often now. It's in the range of $80.
It's 75.
75 now? Okay. Good device. There's a toothbrush you can get that feeds information. Costs $100. And last but not least, there's a urine analysis that monitors your pee, which showed up at last year's CES show. Okay? Any questions? If nothing else, maybe I've convinced some of you may get an Apple Watch, but at the very least, you have all this information capable of being collected on your phone and then having it available with a history. It's a wonderful thing to do, especially at our ages. Do I have any questions?
Is there a place you can go for the recommended best brand of any of these things?
Well, I listed some of those in the presentation. I will put the presentation on the my Google website, and I'll send you a link to it so you can review it.
Okay.
The ones I picked were the ones that I found were recommended. I didn't
okay.
recommend just one.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
That would be a great help, Bill. Thank you.
Okay. Where do I switch off here? Oh. Okay. Two drunken Irishmen just got done with Irish holiday there. Patty starts reading gravestones in the graveyard. Nick, he says, would you look at this feller? He's 90 when he died. Oh, who's that? Somebody called him O'Toole from Kerry, he replied. Mick says, never mind him. There's a feller over here that says he's 99 years old when he died. From Castletown, of all places. Well, that's nothing, says Patty. Wait for it. What about written on this feller's gravestone? It's right here beside the gate. It says, Stone says 147. 147, says Mac. That's amazing. Who was he? Well, according to the stone, it's somebody called Miles to Dublin.
Oh boy.
They get stupider and stupider, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay. See you next week.
What's the topic for next week?
What's the topic for next week? I should write that down. But just a sec. It's a joke.
You didn't tell me it was on it.
Well, it's called Focus. It's all about the Focus app. By the way, from now on, we're going to be talking about in every session a particular application. And we're going to go through the summer that way, covering not only Apple applications, but other applications as well. And if you have an application you feel is really good or you would like to know something about, why don't you send that to me? And I can add it during the summer sometime that we can talk about them. Okay? So we're going to be on individual applications from now on, just to improve our background. I've done a research and I found applications that are mostly used by seniors that are not necessarily Apple applications. Okay?
That's
All right. I don't have any other questions.
No, thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
By the
Bill.
way,
Thank you,
thanks
Bill.
for your help, guys. I appreciate all the help from all of you as we go through the class. Barbara, Sharon gives me help, etc. Anyone, really appreciate it. The objective here is to improve everybody's understanding. All right. Take care. See you next
Thanks,
week.
Bill.
Good week.
Thank you, Bill.